Mary-Mae Simon is on her first international trip as Governor General this week. She was in Germany to meet with officials and attended the world's largest trade book fair in Frankfurt. Canada is the guest of honor at the fair this year. Another Canadian present at the book fair is Esmaeilion. He is one of dozens of Iranian Canadians who lost family members when the Iranian military shot down Flight PS752 over Tehran on January 8, 2020. Among the 176 victims, 55 were Canadian citizens and 83 were permanent residents or had close ties to Canada. Hamid and other families say they want to raise awareness of what happened as they continue to ask Canada and other governments to press Iran for justice and accountability. He is the spokesperson for the Association of Families of Flight PS752 victims. Mr. Esmaeilion, tell us why it was important for you and other families to be in Frankfurt this week.
We knew that Canada is a guest of honor this year, and we decided to use this opportunity to be in Frankfurt Book Fair and raise awareness about PS752 and other crimes that the Islamic Republic of Iran has committed in the past.
Now, the Governor General was there and she delivered a speech, and I know that you had informed the Canadian Embassy that you would be there. Did any Canadian officials come and meet with you?
Not yet. I think a few weeks ago, we have informed the embassy in Berlin, and I tried to reach out to Governor General Public Relations Agency a day before the opening ceremony, but I think that was probably a short notice.
Now, almost 5 months ago, Canada and its allies filed a notice of claim over the downing of the flight and making several demands of Iran, including a public apology. It's up to Iran to respond to that. Where is that at this point?
The most important part for us is knowing the truth. I mean, apology or compensation doesn't help us. We need to know the truth, and we need to get to justice. I know that about 20 days ago, another diplomatic note was sent to Iran, but probably they got no answer from Iran. In my opinion, we are victims and they are criminals. And if we wait longer than this, it's going to hurt our credibility. I think this case is ready to go to ICAO, and we have to do it with no waiting time.
What can you tell us about this diplomatic note? Can you explain what was sent and what you know about it?
What we heard was that that was another note to Iran and asking Iran to come to the negotiation table and tell their story. What happened? Who was responsible? Who murdered 176 innocent victims? But so far, we have heard nothing from Iran, and I think that the governments involved, they haven't heard from them, and this waiting time is against us. So I just know that they asked them to come to the negotiation table, but the answer has been no, probably.
I want to play a clip for you from an interview that we did back in June with Transport Minister Omar Al-Ghabra. Have a listen.
Let's see what happens. I'm not in a position right now to give you a timeline. That does not mean that we don't have a plan, but I would rather not negotiate this in public. I can assure you we're going to hold Iran accountable for what they've done.
I can appreciate you not wanting, but I wonder if you could maybe ballpark it for me. Are we talking a timeline that would be weeks, would be months, or could potentially be a year or more? Because you get into years and the families, it's going to be tough for them to take.
David, I can assure you it will not be years.
Okay. All right. So months then. Is that what we can safely say?
Months would be, a safe estimate, but I could tell you that we are doing this with a clear focus.
So that was the minister responding to questions about how long the government was going to wait until it looked at other avenues to pursue accountability in this. That interview was done 4 months ago. We heard the minister ballpark it around months. Do you have any update on when Canada might look at other avenues for accountability?
We have no idea. We are still waiting for the cabinet to be formed. But in another interview, Minister Garneau has said that we talk about months. And 5 months has passed so far. I don't know why we are waiting now. And the other part is we were insisting on a criminal case in Canada too. In that part, we didn't get to any conclusion with RCMP. So there's some demands that we are asking from RCMP and our government, and we're still waiting. And hopefully before the second anniversary, which is at the corner, so we're reaching to 8th of January very soon, we need to have this case in ICAO before the second anniversary.
I was going to say, from your perspective, I think you're sort of shedding light on what your answer is going to be, but from your perspective, what can the Canadian government do right now to better push for accountability, to try and bring, I don't think closure is the right word, but to try and at least start this process forward, push it forward for you and your families?
We think without pressure, the Iranian regime, they don't answer the questions and they won't say anything about the truth. We have had options on the table that we could use. We could have put IRGC in the terrorist group list. We could apply Magnitsky Acts on the perpetrators of this crime, officials of Iranian regime, but we haven't done that. And without firm, resolute reaction to what they did, I think we don't get to any result.
Do you think the Canadian government has made the concerns of your family, other families, a priority?
In our opinion, the families should be in forefront of decision making. We have had ups and downs. For example, we had a forensic report in Canada that didn't satisfy the families. That's why we are going to publish our own report, our understanding of the event. And it's going to come out in 2-3 weeks. We are going to have a press conference. And we have had countless meetings with aviation and military experts. We have spent a lot of hours working on every article, every corner of this crime. And we are going to publish that because the forensic team report didn't satisfy us at all.
All right, Mr. Esmaeilion, I'm sure we will be in touch again soon. Thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you very much.